Hi, welcome to Tiger Martial Arts Points on Performance. Today we're going to be covering the jab, the cross, the hook, and the right kick. Before we start, we want to start off with having a great stance, so that's important. The better your stance is, the better your punches, your applications are going to be for your techniques. So first thing we want to do, we want to give respect here. We're into a ready position. There's two ways to achieve the stance. One, here we'll step straight back. We want to make sure our hips are square. This is called a kick stance when your back heel is off the mat. So my hands are up, my hips are square from here. The other way to achieve the stance is if I were to turn my back foot out, slide it back, or here, take my toe, place it behind my heel, step over, and I have my kick stance there. And I want my hands up. So let's talk about the jab, okay? We're going to cover the three-point cover first. So when I'm executing the jab here, my hand goes out. I want to make sure my shoulder's up, chin's in a pocket. The opposite hand is covering my cheek here. So from this position here, if you were doing a jab, 1, out, and back, 2, out, and back. Now, when I go to throw a cross, I want to make sure that my hip turns. It starts from a pivot from the foot. The power goes from here, up, and out. So if my hands are up, I throw a cross, 1, here, and back, 2, here, and back. Front angle, 1, 2. Now if I put the two together, this is 1, jab, cross, 2, jab, cross. And you want to make sure your hands come back up. I don't want to go 1 and then drop my hand here. Because if you're defending yourself, you got to remember, if you're punching at someone, they're probably going to be punching back at you. So you want to keep your chin down, hands up. From this angle here, we're going to go 1, 2, and back, 1, 2, and back. Now, I can also add a hook punch into it. So we're going to 1, 2, 3 combination. So we're going to jab, cross, hook. When I hook here, my weight is going to shift back to the front. My hand comes up, shoulders up to protect my jaw, and I turn. My heel's off the mat and then back. So it's 1, 2, 3, and back. 1, 2, 3, and back. From this angle here, 1, 2, 3, and back. Again, 1, 2, 3, and back. Okay. Now, very important. 1, hands are up. 2, chin down. 3, the particular stance we're in is a kick stance. And there's all different types of stances in martial arts. Some styles use a bag stance. Some use a boxer stance. Use what makes you feel more comfortable, okay, with this drill. Here, but executing the kick stance, here, march 1, 2, 3. Each, when one hand goes out, the other hand protects. The other opposite hand goes out, other hand protects. Come back, protect, and I can follow through. So now let's see how these strikes look on pads. Okay, all right, now we have Mr. Freeman that's working with us today, and he's going to start off with the jab. We're just going to execute the jab. And the thing you want to look at is make sure that when he's punching, that he has the discipline enough to keep the backhand up. He's going to make sure that he's enforcing that three-point cover. So we'll start off with the jab first. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now the particular range that we're in, he can either step into it if he's here, he can step, jab here. But for just training purposes right now, we're just here. 1, this is his range. If I move out of range, he needs to come in a little closer, just steps in. But also when he's punching, he's making sure he keeps that backhand up because it's 1 here, here, 2, here. Now we're going to execute the jab cross. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And notice how he turns his back foot. Very important. That's how he's going to generate that power. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. All right, now we're going to implement the hook punch. Now remember, when we said once you throw that right hand, you're going to shift your weight, transfer your weight back to the back leg, and then you're going to pivot on that foot. Three-point cover, shoulders up, hands up here. So let's go jab, cross, hook. 1, 2, 3. Now you can add a fourth punch, or a 4-punch combo, jab, cross, hook, cross. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, now, one defense. We're going to throw this in, and in the next points of performance, we're going to work on shields, covering, bobbing, weaving, things and such. So if he throws the cross here, if I was here, 1, 2, so that's one defense. So here, 1, and again, 2. Okay, we'll put it together a little faster. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's talk about this. Let's talk about how to implement a kicking technique with the hand combinations. Okay. Now, implementing kicks with your punches, you kind of want to have the mindset. You either use your hands to set up your feet, or use your feet to set up your hands. Okay. So from here, we can use the jab to set up the right kick. Here. So 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Or from here, I can add the cross, hook, and then the right kick. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now remember, the range is going to dictate what technique you execute. So, for example, if I'm here on the hook, then he probably wouldn't throw the right kick, but he could throw the up knee or thrust knee. So he could, from here, 1, 2, 3. And you can bring the hand, once you go to knee, just place here, this hand is up, or here to cover for defense. So here, 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. And let's add one more combination to this. So from here, slow 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now from here, he's just going to push off, throw the hook, to the kick behind. Okay. So let's go slow again. So here, 1, 2, 3. Push off, pop. Okay. And we'll put it together a little faster. Okay, so just remember, you want your hands up, chin in the pocket, hands up, kick stance. We're going to work the jab. Remember, your shoulder comes up, opposite hands protecting. That's the 3-point cover. Shoulder, pocket, opposite hand protection. When I cross, same thing, shoulder up, chin in the pocket. My opposite hand is protecting. Then from here, I throw the hook here. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very important that you twist your feet. It's very important. That's where your power comes from, and that helps with your balance, okay? So when you're practicing at home, it's also good to get in a mirror and practice, and then work with a partner, work the pads nice and slow. A lot of people come up and they try to hit really hard at first. Take your time, work technique. As you develop your technique, speed and power will come, all right? It's been awesome working with you, and we'll see you on the mat next time.